So, sometimes when you're doing the guess and check method, it can be pretty long. Now, sometimes when you're doing the guess and check method and the A is only 1, it's a little bit shorter. So, I'm going to teach you a way to do that when there is the A variable is actual number besides 1. And I'm going to call it tricky. First question you should always ask yourself, is there something I can take out? I can take out a 3, I can take out an x, so I would be left with x plus 4, and that would be my final answer. So no trickiness here yet. Ditto on this one, I can take out a 3, I can take out an x, so I'd be left with 3x minus 1. Not tricky yet. Here I can take out a 2 and I can take out an x, leaving me with 2x squared plus 13. I can't factor that any further. So nope, not getting tricky. Here we go. I can't take anything out of here. I have a number in front of the x squared. So the first thing you want to do is multiply your a and c together. And I would rewrite trick right down below, giving yourself space and writing 2. Because a times c is going to be having to do with 2. If I rewrite that, then it's going to say x squared minus x minus 6. Because you have to do a times, or 2 times negative 3. That's where you rewrite it. Now I think two numbers that multiply to get negative 6, but add together to get negative 1. So that would be x minus 3 and x plus 2. This is not my final answer. You can always check your work. Your first two terms should match up with the original first term. And x times x is not 2x squared. So this is where the tricky part comes in. So I have to bring back this 2. You multiplied, so to bring it back you have to divide. You have to undo what you did. So I'm going to divide each one by 2 here because that's the number that I multiplied by. Now if you have a fraction and it does not get rid of the denominator like so, 3 and 2 cannot be simplified any further, this comes out in front. So I have my 2x minus 3 here, and this would simplify just to 1, so it would be x plus 1. And that right there would be my final answer. Tricky. Here again I'm going to do my tricky stuff. First thing, you multiply a and c together, so 3 times 2 is going to be equal to 6. So I rewrite this, and I bring down my 3 right here. So I'm going to write trick down below. And I actually would encourage you to put divide by 3, because 3 is the number out in front. So now two numbers that multiply to get 6 add together to get negative 7. Which would be x minus 6 and x minus 1. You can't help me right now, sweetheart. And now I have to do my trick, and I have to bring back my 3. So I have to divide by 3. So I'm going to divide both these by 3. This first one becomes x minus 2 because 6 divided by 3 is 2. This cannot divide, so I bring that out in front. And I have my 3x minus 1. And then I go, tricky. So again, I'm going to show you the trick model. First, I do a times c. So in this case, it would be 4 times 3. And that would give me 12. So I'm going to rewrite it so it says x squared plus 8x plus 12. Right down below, I write trick. And I'm going to have 4. So I'm going to write divide by 4. So two numbers that multiply to get 12 but add together to get 8 would be x plus 6 and x plus 2. So now I have to do my trick part, and I have to divide by 4. Now here's the thing, very important when you're doing the trick method, if you have a fraction you have to simplify it. So this first fraction would be 3 divided by 2, and my second fraction would be 1/2. Both cases, the 2 does not completely go away. So I'd rewrite this as 2x plus 3, and I have 2x plus 1. And I would say, tricky. Say, tricky. And that's how the cookie crumbles. Have a great, grand, wonderful day.